I really hope this works on the new computer. We're about to find out the hard way, so.
That's all right. Just keep talking, and like they'll get it eventually.
Yep. Yep. I should actually bring up the link because I did go and post it and everything. Where's my link?
What, are we live now?
I think we're live now.
What is up, people?
What's up?
Where is the yeah, I think we're good. Hello everybody. So we got good morning for me, we got good afternoon for the two of you, and then good evening, good night for how late is it over there, James?
Yes, 8:10 for me right now, so that's evening.
Oh, that's plenty of time. Like you could go for hours.
Oh yeah, I'm good to go, man. I've got enough food to give me diabetes, and I am ready to chill out.
Nice.
All right, I've also got my lovely cup of tea here as well. I don't have my DigiByte one. It was in the wash, and like we were super last minute with this, so I didn't want to go and spend 5 minutes like pulling it out of the dishwasher. Yep, nice. There we go.
Where's
So,
Blazard?
those who might not be super familiar, do you all want to give them a quick like say hello, introduce yourself, and yeah.
Yeah, say hello.
No, I meant you fuck.
I'll kick it off first to make it easy. My name's James. I am a moon boy, and I like DigiByte. There you go. Take it away, Amanda.
Hi, James.
What's up, Script?
I always feel like this could be like an addicts club, right? Like so.
I'm trying to get Blazard to come in, the elusive Blazard, because maybe he could answer the question from the title of this video. Is there a secret Illuminati memes chat, or is there not? You might find out today.
I thought this was like Fight Club. The first rule of Fight Club is that you don't talk about.
Oh,
Meme
I
chat.
ruined Fight Club.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find this so that I can get the live chat on my phone, see if anyone's hanging out.
Ah, yeah, I'll send you. I can send you a direct link to the video if you want.
Yeah, sweet, man.
Where are we here? Okay. Let me bring this up. And so I guess one of the things that I actually just wanted to sort of start off with is, let me go to the video. YouTube Foundation, not YouTube Foundation, DigiByte Foundation. That was a really terrible slip up. The DigiByte Foundation has been registered. I think that's pretty freaking awesome.
That is.
You know, mad props to Hans, Rudy, and Rutger for that. I think this is the beginning of something beautiful.
Yeah,
It sounds
I have a
inspirational,
lot.
at least.
I have a lot of faith in Rudy.
Yeah.
I don't know him very well. We've never really hung out too much. I've met him once and we've chatted, but what I've noticed is, just like Jared Tate, he's been extremely consistent. For the last couple of years, I've been watching the guy on Twitter and whatnot. He's never changed his tune. He's never changed his narrative. He's really upheld his values, even when it went against possibly making money. And I think he's a good guy. So I hope to see those guys have a lot of success. I think all their intentions are good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice. I'm really kind of like cautiously optimistic about the change that might bring as well. So I'm kind of hopeful. We'll see what happens. It's it's exciting times.
I'm
No,
definitely.
I think it's
hopeful.
great. I don't think there's any downside at all, because even if it's not something you particularly like, you could start your own foundation. You know, we could have 10, 12, we could have 20 of these in time. I just think if anyone wants to take the bit and go and try and do what they can for DigiByte, just let them do it, support them, just see how it plays out.
Well, if it goes as planned, it seems like it's going to be a way for people that have been working hard for a long time to actually get some funding and continue to do what they love, get compensated for it.
Yeah. Do they have any plans to earn money outside of donations through possibly merchandise and things like that?
They've talked about sponsorships, but they've been kind of quiet about that to the public. So.
Well, because there was that Safe Haven one as well, wasn't there?
Yeah, I wasn't sure what that was all about.
I wasn't sure if that was a personal partnership, like non-exclusive or whatever, just so that they could figure out what they themselves would do in case anything happened to them. So who would be in charge of the foundation if something happened to all three of them, God forbid, or, you know, any one of them.
Why don't I actually give Rudy a message and quickly ask him, like, I wonder what he's up to. Maybe he can come and join us.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
We just need to, like, start adding people. Maybe I should actually even just, like, take the invite link and see what happens if I publish it.
So how many people can you add, max?
I think on my account, I'm only allowed 128.
Only? Okay. How can you even manage 128 people, like, trying to say something at the same time, almost?
Really good use of the mute button, I guess. I don't know, like...
Yeah.
So, because, I've seen this done a couple of other times, and unfortunately, it kind of... If you're not liberally applying the mute button to yourself, like, people very quickly start to, like, you get echo and things as people join, and then no one can hear what the fuck's going on, it just turns to custard, but you can get some decent, like, I've done this with, I think the most I've ever had was 11, and that was actually pretty cool.
Okay. Cool.
Let me just message Rudy and see what he's up to.
Yeah, that'd be great to talk to him, actually.
Actually...
I mean, a partnership with Safe Haven right out of the gate after the DigiByte Foundation is phenomenal.
So what do you know about Safe Haven? It seemed to me like it's a wallet, isn't it?
Yeah, so they do hardware services, I believe. What's the safehaven.io, I think. Let's have a quick nosy, because they were talking with us. So this is actually, I believe it's a hardware device that complements the software wallet. The SafeKey. Yeah, this was what they were talking about. Ah, yep, so it's FIDO compliant. That's pretty cool. U2FA. And the idea is that you take it, you plug it into your computer. Yeah. That's nifty. And so they were talking about doing a DigiByte themed one as well for them. Cool.
Interesting.
I love it.
Yeah, there seems to be a lot of people coming into this space right now, doesn't there? I mean, I've certainly noticed it myself. I'm getting more emails and people contacting me with talking about DigiByte and the plans they've got, their ideas, than I've ever seen before. There's so much excitement.
Well, I mean, speaking of newcomers, Amanda started up a YouTube channel and things. Like, tell us a little bit about how you got involved, I guess, because I don't know if a lot of people are going to know your history specifically.
Yeah, so it started with crypto Twitter, to be honest. That's how I stumbled into DigiByte anyway. I had learned about cryptocurrency a little bit before that. I got gifted my first Litecoin in like 2017.
Nice.
But since then, you know, I sort of just let things go the way they were going. And I got tipped by Blizzard one day through CoinKit.
Nice.
And I was like, what is this? You know, like, what's going on here? I'm being given cryptocurrency on Twitter. And that actually, like, immediately was a really cool idea to me. I thought that was awesome. It's a great and easy way for people to accrue cryptocurrency, even if it is like, you know, USD a few cents or only a few Satoshis here and there. Yep. It's still like really significant outreach as far as adoption goes. So that got me really into like just learning more and more. And I like barely sleep. So there was that. I learned about digi assets. I saw that they were being underutilized, and I really wanted to start doing some artistic projects to attract more attention to those. And so that's where the whole DigiGirls asset series came in, is linking. It's a collectible asset. It's a picture of a photo of, you know, either me, or I hope to have other girls involved too, and empower girls to, like, you know, ladies, women, to do the same thing. And to sort of keep that series going so that people can see, like, you know, if they become influencers someday, those assets might actually be worth something. And then the other idea is, you know, you get funding through selling assets, and then you can once you are sponsored or something like that, then you can fund money back through to your initial investors and give them, some kind of dividend from that.
Yeah, you've grasped all of this really quick, considering that maybe even a month ago you weren't even here in the community. All of a sudden you've got business ideas, you're executing on them, you're creating the assets. So everybody's super impressed.
Oh, thanks, guys. I love being here. I like all of you, as weird as y'all are.
Hey,
Amy's getting involved.
Is that James' wife going, yeah, he's weird?
No, that was her. That was her agreeing. It was like, well done, Amanda.
Girl power.
Yeah. Oh yes. Maybe you guys should do a Digi Asset together.
I would love to. Madame Crypto over there. I would love to.
She's not coming on screen.
Yeah,
so
I was gonna say someone's
no.
kind of like sort of camera shy, but not. God damn, there we go. You scared her. Okay. I mean, I guess there's enough confidence from James for the two of you. So.
Yeah, and guys, Amanda's actually going to release an asset to fund her podcast, to buy a microphone, pay the monthly bills.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're interested, hit her up on Twitter, guys.
For sure.
So
let's see who we got in the chat.
Speaking of videos and things, right, though, because we've got there is a bit going on in the chat I kind of wanted to get to shortly. Script Skynet's also gone, and he's been doing a bunch of videos and things like that over time with Twitter, especially. What like, do you have any kind of tips or advice that you might want to give to somebody who is starting out, who's doing that kind of thing?
Well, before I get into that, I don't even know if I'm doing a good job. I noticed some views. I basically started looking at cryptocurrencies and people that are influencers like you, but it started watching like DigiByte Dan, Jared Tate from a distance on YouTube, some other crypto influencers, the crypto mug investors, the moon boy shotters. I look at them and like, well, how can I contribute to DigiByte? But at the same time, like, I can never be as good as these guys, you know?
Oh, don't be silly.
I always want to stay humble. No, really. I mean, you guys, when you guys went full throttle in there, you guys really got to understand through all these interviews how cryptocurrency works, how blockchain technology works. And you guys were like the building blocks of my life to say, oh, okay, well, you know, these mugs can do it. I can do it. But I really wanted to come in a different angle. And what that angle was I first got into crypto Twitter for DigiByte. I started following Litecoin, and everybody Litecoin, right? I wasn't too big in the Bitcoin maximalists.
Yeah.
But I really wanted to be a part of the DigiByte community. How can I contribute? And I believe when I started, I focused on character. I focused on brand recognition. What can we do for DigiByte and stay untarnished, right? I wanted to be perfect, but I realized, you know, not everybody's going to be perfect, right? So I kind of wanted to expand on my YouTube channel, basically what I was doing on Twitter. So basically bringing crypto Twitter DigiByte community to the YouTube channel and kind of come from that angle and show people on YouTube, hey, you guys are missing the fun. You guys are actually missing the action. You guys are actually missing like CoinKit, tipping people in DigiByte. You guys are really missing where it's being used from peer-to-peer on Twitter. And Twitter doesn't discriminate for the most part, you know, but other than all that crazy stuff with CZ and Justin Sun, it's just really crazy on how people's beliefs and morals and values and tribalism there is in this space. And I just kind of wanted to, for the DigiByte community to basically step out, like you know, calling people out. If you have something to contribute to DigiByte, there's plenty of groups like DigiBat, right? That's so it's really fun, and that's how I came at that angle for mentioning people that's been in the space. I was really tired of people just starting something for DigiByte and then just straight out quitting on us, right? I'm not a very big advocate for quitters. You know, neither do I have any remorse for quitters. They're quitters. But the reason why I say that is because I've helped and basically supported some DigiByte content creators on YouTube, and they just quit on me. It's just
all
it's
right.
one of those
Easy,
things I want to
bro.
encourage
Calm down. Cool. Jesus Christ.
I'm just gonna go now.
But that's basically where I stand. I guess to get back to the original question, tips and stuff. Well, I do everything on my phone, on my iPhone. So it took me a while to even figure out how to splice a bunch of audio and video content through apps that work together. That
that
didn't seem cheesy.
Doing everything off the phone.
And really, I was really this intro maker app for iPhone. I don't pay for any. Like I was discussing this with Amanda and Blazard yesterday. I don't pay for the apps. I basically use the free offering what they have on the app to use it. But I was really impressed with Intro Maker and how I made the DigiByte intro with DigiByte blockchain intro maker that I use on my Twitter and YouTube videos. I really like that.
Yeah, it looks cool.
And I just kept the theme of script Skynet. I don't know if I'm copyright infringement on Terminator, but until someone attacks me,
why not?
I'll just keep it. Yeah.
Well, isn't there like a Skynet project somewhere in the cryptosphere
in the
happening right now? In the crittersphere. I know, I'm trying to do too many things at once right now.
Don't think the crittersphere is quite what we are the target demographic for.
Okay, so
Guys.
let me give you something before I stop talking. Let me give you guys some wisdom, because we mentioned the wisdom in my beard, right? The gray, silver. And before I cut it off, I might not have any wisdom left. What I've learned, as you know, I'm a Christian. I go to church. I really love to study the Bible, the doctrines in the Bible, the Word of God. I try not to bring all that into this sphere, because if someone wants to find God, God will find them, right? But what I do is I bring that character and that knowledge to what I'm doing. And what I've noticed about the cryptocurrencies, there's this teaching that my pastor teaches, and I love to study. It is man, movement, machine, monument. Now, what this breakdown is man starts something, then it becomes a movement, and then it's pumping out like a machine, and then it becomes a monument where no one uses it, and it's just, remember that, and everybody bows down to the idol. Remember that one day, this like Ford Model T, right? You don't see those things anymore. It's a monument, right? The purpose was to get every person a cheap vehicle to use. We don't do that today. It started as from a man, a Ford, and then it ended up being a movement where to have cheap vehicles, and then it became a machine where you're just massively building them, forgetting the purpose of what it was meant for, and then it became a monument. So we don't think about cheap cars anymore. We want expensive cars. We want bling. We want flair. We want shiny things. Well, same thing goes for cryptocurrency. There's cryptocurrencies that are fastly approaching monument status, and that's not good. That means it's going to be a dead project. And I don't know if that's because of technicals, but for DigiByte, it started with a man, Jared Tate. I believe it's still a movement.
Mm.
We should never get out of that movement. We want to keep moving. And we never want to get to the machine process because, let's just face it, the machines will take over the world, right? It basically leaves out the humans.
It's the guy with script Skynet is his name.
Right. But we definitely don't want to be a monument status where DigiByte's dead. And I believe cryptocurrencies are already finding themselves as a monument.
Yep. Yeah. And he's gone.
No,
that was real
we
quick,
nearly had
Rudy.
him.
That was great talk, man. Appreciate your input, Rudy. No, but Script's right. Like, it's really interesting, especially over the last, like, I don't know about you guys. Like, I kind of feel like we're seeing this over like the last few weeks as well. There's this change in energy happening, and I mean that's literally the best way I can think to describe it.
I completely agree.
Hey,
how you doing, Rudy?
Alrighty.
Hey, hello.
Sorry
your
for
ears
kinda,
burning.
Like, roping you in at the last minute. Like, I literally messaged him while we were on the stream, and I thought maybe I should actually just get Rudy on here. I know it's very last minute, but thanks for joining us, man.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. How long are you already streaming?
Not long. 20 minutes.
Yeah, a couple minutes.
Oh,
Whatever.
okay.
And Patrick's
Well, how many
joining
people
us.
are here?
Now we
A
just
lot of
want to
people
meet Lord
joining.
himself.
Yeah, we'd love to ask you some questions about the foundation, if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
We were
Can we
talking
say
about...
congratulations first?
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are they called Safe Key? We see you've done a sponsorship with a hardware wallet of some sort. Would you mind telling us about that?
Safe key?
Was it Safe Keys?
Yeah, Safe Haven. The Safe
Safe
Key was
Haven.
your
Haven,
product.
Yeah, inheritance. They are building an inheritance platform. Yeah, that's right. It's they are sponsoring the DigiByte Foundation, and it's a long-term partnership. And they
Nice.
are also going to use the DigiByte technology, DigiByte blockchain, for their inheritance platform. So yeah, that's very promising. And yeah, we're also reaching out to other partners like VID, Anthem ID, and also VID has pledged their support, so they also will be sponsoring the DigiByte Foundation. So yeah, we'll finally get some funding, not that much, but yeah, it's coming, and we are building long-term relationships, and yeah.
So what's the first key things you'd like to do with funding from Safe Haven?
Yeah, good question. Well, it's up to the community how the funding is going to be spent. The community will be able to obtain an asset. We're not quite sure what kind of subscription we will be asking for that, but it will be less than $10 a year.
Nice.
And with that subscription, they receive an asset, a DGB asset or a foundation asset. And with this asset, they have the right to vote on any decision that we as a foundation will present to the community. And also the spending of funding. But yeah, you can think of developer bounties. If there is a project which is being presented by the community that needs to be voted on, and then we can present some bounties for development. So the developers can get some payment for the work they do.
Nice.
And also, of course, we will be more than happy to fund the DigiByte awareness team, so they can do a little bit more marketing activities.
That's great.
And yeah, and of course, there are some recurrent costs that now are being paid by Josiah and by Jared from out of own pocket. Yeah, that's something that we as a community should take care of.
Yeah.
And people should not pay things out of their own pocket.
And sorry to take over, guys, but can I ask you something else, Rudy? How are you finding it now that you're the CEO of the foundation? Because I remember really understanding the points you made in the past about reaching out to people and struggling to convince them why you're representing a community and you're not actually necessarily the boss or someone that they feel they can talk to. Are you having more luck now?
No, we're not still no authority within the foundation. There's no CEO.
Sorry, I was under the illusion that you were somehow going to title yourself as the boss of
Board
this
members.
company.
Yeah, there is no boss. There is no authority. That's also in the bylaws. It's defined in the bylaws. There's no authority. Even within the board, there's no authority. We have, of course, there has to be some titles within the foundation, within the Dutch stichting, we call it. We have Hans as the chairman. I will be the vice chair and secretary, and we have Rutger, who is taking care of the money.
Well, are you finding that structure is helping you?
Yes, it is helping us. Yeah, it's a big improvement because we're able to have partnerships. We are able to have send invoices. There are some tax benefits also. That's a great benefit of being registered as a community foundation. We call it stichting here in the Netherlands. But, yeah, and there's also big thanks to Hans Koning because he is the governance specialist. We wouldn't be able to set it up ourselves without his help. He is really well known. He has defined the bylaws, and together we have fine-tuned it. But yeah, the majority of the work of the setup of the foundation is thanks to Hans and his history.
Now you guys are, Rudy, you guys are boots on ground, right? You guys actually physically appear to people and communicate. Is that correct?
Correct. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's really important. Yeah. So yesterday evening we were at a networking event in Amsterdam. Yeah, we meet some great people of different projects. Even we spoke to some people in Binance, and yeah, it's always nice to see people face to face, to speak with them. It's it's a big difference than when talking to someone on Telegram or on Twitter.
Yeah. What sort of reaction are you having from the community? Are you seeing a lot of support, or is there any people pushing back against it?
No, not at all. There's a lot of support because we are very transparent from the start. A lot of information can be found on the DigiByte Foundation website. There you can read all about the structure, all about the bylaws and the way we are set up, and also our goals and what we want to achieve in future. So we have been very transparent from the start, and yeah, I'm glad we do get a lot of support. And yeah, we're all unpaid volunteers. There's no boss in the foundation. We're just community members, just like everyone else, and that makes a lot of difference. I think when you have a central company where people got paid or there's an authority, and you always have some difficult questions. So it's totally different when you are working as a volunteer and not being paid, and there is no authority or.
But I think that's really going to set this apart from other foundations we were seeing, where it's a case of immediately there's money involved, there's incentive for somebody to try and just get there, and then just retire off of being paid from that kind of a position. So I think
exactly.
Sorry, I'm a bit puffed. Ran up and down a few flights of stairs.
No worries.
That's going to be an important point of difference, and like obviously I want to commend you and Rutger and Hans for doing that, because this is going to be. I'm excited, man. I really am. I think it's going to be great.
Yeah, I understand the concerns in the beginning because when somebody hears about set up a foundation, you think about centralization, you think about authority, you think about money. Well, we have made it clear from the start it's not the case. It's a totally different foundation. It's more a community foundation, and there is no money involved for us as board members to be paid, or there's no authority. As a special sentence we even included in the bylaws that even in the board there's no authority. So we want to be very transparent about that.
I'm just waiting for you to put forward like the proposal for 15% of all block rewards to go through to you.
Yeah. No, you know what? I trust you, Rudy, and I tell you why.
Thank you.
I've been watching you on Twitter for nearly 2 years now, and even when there's been problems with exchanges and different things that could affect the price negatively, you've always stood by your morals. You've looked beyond price, and you've absolutely stuck by your convictions. And whether I've always agreed with them or not, to me that makes that I have a lot of respect for you. So I trust you, and I wish you a lot of luck with this.
Yeah, likewise. I also like what you guys are doing. You're really a great supporter of the DigiByte and all of us. And I do remember the first time we met in London.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. That
was a good day.
Yeah, it was a good day. Yeah.
Yeah, we need to do another DigiByte meetup, don't we?
Yeah, whenever there's a meetup in England or London, I'm happy to fly over and meet you guys again. So keep me informed.
We need to get Josiah over. We need to do a DigiAsset crowdfunding and get a flight.
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, that would be awesome.
One day. It's yeah. I'll just nod and agree for that. I think one day.
There will be a point in time we will be able to meet each other. Yeah, I'm sure.
It's kind of hard. Like I'm literally down like the far corner of the world. There's nobody else down. Well, I mean, the closest that we've got is Gary. He's in Australia, but in terms of like prominent active members, but yeah, like literally halfway to Narnia down here.
Yeah, it's quite incredible how spread across the world we all are. I mean, we're all talking late at night, early in the morning. You never know who's where and what time it is, but we all chat away.
Oh man, I get notifications all the time, like bling, 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 bling. I'm trying to sleep 5 o'clock in the morning. People are talking.
Amanda doesn't sleep. Amanda's just permanently on Twitter, 24/7.
I'll like be in the chat and Josiah will say something. I'm like, what's up? You know, there's nobody else in there because everybody else is either like in the US or Norway or something.
Where are you
like
located,
that.
Amanda?
I'm actually in the East Coast, so I'm Eastern Central, or I'm sorry, Eastern Standard Time. And Scripps Gyna, you're in Central, right?
Yeah, it's like 3:30 or 3 o'clock, 3:30 here.
Yeah, it's right around it's
Okay.
It's 3:30 now. So I'm in Massachusetts, close to Boston. There's a few people actually in the area. You know Michelle, right? So Michelle lives in Michelle. You know Michelle?
Yeah, Michelle. Yeah, sure.
DigiByte? She's in Massachusetts too. So we've talked about trying to meet up in person, and
Nice,
I think Laura's gonna come through at some point if she hasn't already. She was talking about coming through and then going to some kind of event. She's in Pennsylvania, so she's in the same region.
Yeah, it's always a great challenge, these different time zones, because when we speak with people in Asia, for example, or with Josiah, we have to speak 8 o'clock in the morning when I'm driving to the office. We have our daytime jobs, so when I'm in the office, I cannot have any call. So all the conference calls and meetings, we all have to plan outside of office hours. So it's early in the morning or late in the evening, so it's always a challenge.
There were a couple of people that wanted to be here that just couldn't make it because of work obligations also. And John and Patrick, so...
There's usually like a kind of a crossing over period in the morning, so I wake up and I figure usually I've got around about 2 hours to send a message off to Rudy and say hi and catch up or grab him before he goes off to bed, sort of thing. And yeah,
yeah, like I know when I can talk to you, Josiah. It's either early in the morning or late at night.
Yep.
Like if I want to ask you something, I'll be like, oh, it's only 6 o'clock. He won't be up for hours. So
your whole sense of time just changes. You don't see numbers anymore. You just see like people, like you know.
Yeah, but I think it's powerful meeting up with each other because, pardon me, Ben from Change Angel, he gave me a call last night through Telegram. And you know what? If anyone else had called me through Telegram, I don't think I'd have answered, is the truth. But because we've met up, we've had a beer in person. I'm like, oh, it's Ben. How you doing, Ben?
Yeah.
And we were both talking about how powerful that is and why it's so important that we should all get to events. We need to meet up, have a beer together, you know, try and see some of these plans through that we all have.
Yeah, we're one big family.
Yeah,
It would be wonderful to meet up at conferences and things like that to be able to coordinate that kind of, group effort to get like to one central location. I think
it's just
Laura
the
was
money,
trying
isn't it?
Well, yeah, it's the money. I mean, especially because we are on different continents, and it's not like anybody wants to do too much traveling right now, based on everything that's in the news too. So.
Well, that's also one of the goals of the foundation, is to organize some events, global events, in different places in the world, to get some more exposure, some more awareness, and yeah. So that's also one of the goals of the foundation.
Yeah, that would be good.
Oh, well, where are we going to have it then? Like, maybe we should have it in, like, the Bahamas or something really nice. If we're going to, like, if we're going all out here, let's just...
Yeah. Yeah, if the foundation's paying for it, guys, let's go first class.
Yep.
No hurricanes, please.
Community needs to vote for it, so...
I'm not flying economy anymore. I mean, I fucking hate
Thailand might be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Bali might be cool. Thailand, or like somewhere kind of subtropical that's not too expensive. Costa Rica would be great. We could meet up with the Divi guys.
Yeah.
Okay, Easter Island with those big old noses.
Yeah.
So basically, we've already corrupted the foundation. We're now all trying to get a fancy holiday as the first thing the foundation pays for.
It's not about that. It's not about. It's like if we're all gonna have to meet up at some point anyway, might as well be somewhere that we can enjoy.
Yeah, well, I buy it.
Well, if the majority of the community will vote for it, then it's okay.
All right, get voting, people. I'm going to put a poll out.
We just
Bali
need to
or Thailand.
can like counter vote real quick.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to it, you guys know San Francisco is probably the place to go, right? For like if we wanted to do a big conference or event or something like that, that's where all the tech is.
I mean, Twitter's there.
Like
Twitter's there. Coinbase is there. Yeah.
Yeah, we can, instead of raid Area 51, we can do raid Coinbase.
Yeah.
What could go wrong?
Oh goodness! Who popped in here? Who is this?
We got Hans joining us.
Oh,
Hey, Hans.
Hans.
Oh, fantastic.
I sent a message off to Rutger as well, but I don't think he's seen it. Yeah,
Maybe
let's do that. We'll storm Coinbase. What could possibly... While we're at it, we'll storm the Twitter headquarters, and we'll get them to verify Jared, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a tricky one, that. I know some people that are quite famous that haven't been verified. So it's one of those things like on YouTube with the algo. Sometimes you just, you can do all you want and not get it.
Yeah.
It's madness. How you doing, Hans? You in the room? Can you hear us all?
I can indeed. Sorry for the late arrival. I just got home, actually. Had a very long and tiring day. A very fruitful day, as Rudy, I'm sure, have told you. So I'm a little knackered, but I just had a quick shower, and I thought, you know what, let's jump on the call and see if I can spice up things a little if necessary.
Yeah, sorry. So last minute we were sitting here and we're like on the stream already talking. We're like, why don't we just get them on? Let's just send a message and see what happens.
Perfect.
Are you sensing the same thing that we are, Hans? We were talking before Rudy joined about the excitement in the community and how it's been building for a while, but particularly maybe within the last 4 to 6 weeks, it's building fast. It feels like there's a real intensity.
Yes. Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I think something has been brewing for quite a while over 2019, sort of under the radar. But I think the past few weeks, I think there were cracks in that suppressed feeling of we want to do something and we need to get out. I agree with you, and I'm not quite sure what actually triggered it or catalyzed it, whether it's related to Corona, that people all of a sudden realize, okay, we need to do something now, or the engagement from American politics and the shenanigans that there goes on with the primaries, that people think, we need to get rid of this old, antiquated system of politics and social interactions. It could be many reasons, but I agree with you. It is becoming more manifest now, and I can only applaud that. And I think also for for that specific reason, actually, we as the DigiByte Foundation wanted to launch as quickly as possible because we saw that momentum, we saw that opportunity, and we saw this enthusiasm building up, and we just didn't want to be missing that boat. No, we want to be that boat, and we want to be ahead of that curve for and with the community. So yeah, I totally agree with that, James.
Well, I think after 2 years of people waiting for the price to go back up, everybody's come to the conclusion, like, wait a minute, this is our network.
Yeah.
I own this. This is mine. I need to get involved. And I think, where it's been such a tough market, it's good. The people that are watching right now out there, we're the good people, guys. We're the people that are left. We're the people that are, laying a new path for the future.
Correct. Absolutely right. Yeah.
I think it also has something to do with the phoniness in the crypto sphere, scams, just bad characters. A lot of the truth is coming out, whether people like it or not. And I think people have the sentiment of they're just tired of some of the stuff that's going on, and having just honest people stepping forth and just speaking the truth and standing for what they believe in DigiByte and the community and what the technology has to offer. There's a lot of trust there, and I think people are attracted to trust.
Yeah, correct. Now, let me quickly expand that from a personal observation. I've been in 2016 and 2017. I've been advising a lot of ICOs or companies getting into the blockchain startup sphere. Now it's almost something negative if you say I was an ICO advisor or I'm an advisor to the crypto companies. It should be a badge of honor that you actually want to help companies take that plunge into the deep. And that's another thing that really we need to shake off. There wasn't any necessarily negativity in it. There were a lot of idiots, there were a lot of wannabes, there were a lot of posters, there were a lot of scammers, and 4 out of 5 were. But trust me, I've met some really sincere, genuine people who wholeheartedly felt, no, this blockchain, this distributed ledger technology, this is something we need to promote, this is something we need to facilitate, and this is something we need to help put on the map. I like to think I was one of them, but sometimes it almost feel that I need to be ashamed of my past in that sense.
Is it still up on LinkedIn though?
Yeah.
Not all ICOs are bad, For example, VID is an example of a great ICO, great team, honest people. They're really, really good guys. So not all ICOs are bad.
No,
yeah, because of a lot of the scam. Yeah.
I think we've all just been burnt so badly because, things like Debitum. I've lost so much money in ICOs that were nothing but a money grab. But you've got to not let that, take your spirit. There is still opportunities out there. There's incredible projects. You've just got to be very, very careful.
Yeah. Good due diligence is very important.
Absolutely, really. Yeah.
And with the best due diligence in the world, you probably still lose 90% of your money. So it's a hard game to win.
Depends how you trade.
Hey, Rudy and Hans, I was mentioning earlier, I don't know if you guys were watching, but I was mentioning earlier, me personally, I was tired of people getting involved with DigiByte and then quitting on us. I was really tired of that. I mean, I don't know how many people I've seen start something and then quit.
Yeah.
Even when I supported them. Yeah. So what do you guys think about that?
People quitting DigiByte. Yeah. Well, there are different type of people. You have the traders who are only in for the money, and they get frustrated and they jump to another project and they're here for maybe a year or a month and then you never see them again. And there are people here who are not only for the money, but of course they are invested, but they like the project. They want to help the project. And you have a third type of people that are not interested in money at all, and just want to help developing the project. And yeah, the people that are leaving are the people that are just here for a quick buck, and they got frustrated, and that's why they're leaving.
Yeah,
it's hard
also,
though. Let's be honest, it's tiring. Sorry, go ahead, Hans.
No, it might be a little naive, but part of me likes to think that a certain group of people that, okay, let's see what DigiByte is all about. Let's see what the community is all about, and decides it's a great thing, it's a great opportunity, but not now, not for me, not yet. I like to think there's still a category of people out there who see, okay, for me, it's not the right time to put in my resources or put in my effort or put in my commitment to it yet. Yes, I totally subscribe to the frustration, and it is extremely annoying. I couldn't agree more. But part of me naively hopes that some of those people will actually come back as long as we continue what we're good at, show what we're about, show our cohesion.
Yeah,
But
I mean, you've probably
there's
got
gonna
more
have-
experience than anybody about this whole, like, joining recently. What are your thoughts on that?
Sorry?
As far as coming back to the project, or
Yeah, well, just in general, like, the timing and things, and what people.
And what's it
So-
like? You've just landed. You're dealing with all of us. What is
So-
the experience like?
so Hans was talking about people that he'd like to see more of those people coming back, right? I've seen probably at least 5 people through crypto Twitter talking about re-entering involvement with DigiByte. And
Perfect.
I'm not sure if that has anything to do with how the community has been, like, growing stronger together, or if it's because the DigiByte Foundation actually looks like it's getting things a little bit more organized in a way that, like, people might actually be able to interact and make decisions and to get us moving in directions that make the things that need to happen for us to become great and for us to become massive, more adopted by the masses.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
It's,
also the price is getting more attractive for people to get back into DigiByte, of course.
Yeah, I've actually, a lot of guests I've had on the show, you guys know what I'm like. I normally at some point in the show say, do you like DigiByte? Have you heard of DigiByte? And quite often afterwards, once the video's not being filmed, I've been told by a lot of people that they keep an eye on it. They're not necessarily holding DigiByte, but it's something that they do understand is a credible project, and they keep an eye. And I think, as what always happens in these markets, it takes price action to create price action. So whether we like it or not, if we just saw a random 50%,
You just love fucking proving me wrong.
that could be the moment that we see a lot of people that have kept their eye on it say, you know what, I'm entering this. I think when it runs, we're going to run hard, guys. But even if we don't, it's not all about the price.
Well,
But you
it
know what
is
I'm
like kind of going back to a little bit. Was it Hans or Rudy? Specifically, like, if you've been in here and doing this for a while, it's fucking tiring, man. Like, especially waking up in the mornings, and I know for a fact that that there's 3 of you in several chats as well, at least, that wake up and go, all right, 300 messages from this one chat alone. And usually it's because Amanda's up all frickin' night. And James is also terrible.
it's not just me, okay? It's not just me.
But like, that's... It is. There's a lot of messages going back and forth, and a lot of, like, work and effort and stuff, so it's understandable if people want to take a bit of a break. Hey, man, welcome.
Hey, mate.
How
But you're
you
right. Like,
doing?
it's.
Fine.
Do you wanna give us a quick introduction there, man?
Who's
Yeah,
Mac?
of course. I'm in DigiByte already, like 2014,
Yeah.
and mining and doing like stuff on the Telegram chat, and
Admin Reddit as well for a little while, I believe. Yeah.
of course,
So.
yeah.
You've been around specifically, it was 2014, I think, when I originally first saw your name. It's actually funny because you put some shit up on Reddit. Okay, so just to give some other people a little bit of history, you put something up on Reddit back in the day when the DigiSpeed upgrade was happening, and you mentioned then that we were going to be implementing 10 megabyte blocks. And as
Did
somebody
I?
who
All
took
right.
a little bit of a break from like 2015 to the start of like 2017, I came back and I found that and I was like, wow, yeah, this is fucking cool. Didn't think to check it anywhere else at all. Quoted that shit everywhere in like a bunch of other things that I wrote. It was fucking hilarious, but... So, I made a mistake there because that was funny. Yeah, you've been around for a while though, yeah?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I'm just watching. I'm in the background, mate.
Where's Blizzard? We need to get Blizzard in here, guys, because he's
No, what the heck?
he's been a big part of this excitement lately. He creates so many memes. Everybody loves it. We all use them. We all have a laugh. And I think he's been a big part of this, guys, you know?
Yeah.
Everybody plays a different role.
Well, so we can blame him. It's his fault that Amanda's here.
Yes.
So do we hold that against him, or is this?
He was the one who tipped me through CoinKit, and that's how I got introduced to DigiByte, through CoinKit on Twitter. And I love that tool as far as getting people introduced to DigiByte and other cryptocurrencies. You know, they've got Satoshis on there now, so you can actually tip people with Satoshis through CoinKit. It's pretty cool.
They definitely can't be doing that shit on chain though. Like, it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
Amanda, you've become our networker. You've been here about 4 weeks and you've managed to just branch out across the whole space. I don't know how you've managed it.
It's been a little longer than 4 weeks, but you're right. So whenever people come to me with questions, I tell them if I don't know the answer, I know the person who does, and that's actually honest at this point. I'm with DigiByte, so I see a lot of what's going on as far as developments behind the scenes. I'm able to know now, like, who's in development, who is in marketing, who's reaching out to businesses. And then, you know, when I get the questions that when I can't help someone, I'll just direct them to the next person. So that's great. I'm like, you know, LT in training or something.
Well, that was what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
That's one of Laura's favorite quotes, is that even if she doesn't know specifically like how to help or whatever, she's like, I know exactly where to go. I can point you to this person. We can, yeah. I think it's great.
That's important.
I normally just say Josiah. Any questions come my way, I just go at Josiah.
Oh, so you're the reason why he's so busy.
Yes.
It's all James' fault. Crypto Mac Dad says, Amanda, do people here in the US still look at you funny when you mention Bitcoin?
Oh, geez. So, as far as Bitcoin goes, I want to wear one of those sweatshirts that says "Ask me about Bitcoin" and see what people, see what people come up with, because it's really not that hard if you can explain it simply. You know, you don't have to get into everything about why cryptography is the reason why everything's so safe. You know, you don't have to explain all that much about it. You just start off with, hey, you ever been screwed over by bank fees? You know, and then you can go from that frustration and offer an alternative. And that's almost like a solution for something that is really a pain in everyone's side over here.
Yep.
You know?
Well, it's going to be interesting seeing what happens, especially over the next couple of months with all of the doomsday preppers and everything going, sound money and...
You know?
Yeah, Rudy, that's me, man.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, sorry.
No worries. Well,
Yeah,
I'm also wondering what will happen with crypto in general. Now we're seeing the market crashing, and I was thinking gold and silver were acting as a safe haven, but they're crashing even as hard. In the same scenario as in 2008. So I was hoping maybe that crypto would be a safe haven, but not yet. So I'm very curious to see what happens next.
Yeah, I think initially, in a panic sell-off, people are going to sell their most volatile assets first. So it seems likely, in my opinion, that we will see selling off. But I still think over a longer term, over the whole year and next year, I still think we can prove to be a hedge against the system. I do. I think there's more reason to take the risk than ever before, because when you can see downside this much on the stock market, that's the same as all coins, guys. I mean, that makes our market look like a normal place.
I hadn't expected that cash is still king.
Correct.
hadn't expected, especially with the cryptocurrency. I hadn't expected. So
But if you look at gold, yesterday or today it dropped the biggest time after 30 years.
Really?
Yeah, silver
Yeah.
even harder.
Wow.
Wow.
Almost 8%.
What? I missed that. What was the percent?
I don't know exactly, but it was
5%,
like,
I think.
yeah, it
Wow.
was really, really.
Silver even 8% almost.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's incredible.
Here's the real litmus test. Why don't we get James to ask your missus what does she think she'd use in a she's rolling it. What would she use in crisis? Would you keep your cryptocurrency or is James having to sell them?
They're asking, Amy, what would you do in a crisis? You want to
Buy
be keeping
houses,
the
buy
cryptos
houses.
and using those, or sell it for money? She's saying keep the cryptos.
Yeah. She has to say that. You've got a YouTube channel.
Yes. No, I'm keeping them, guys. I don't mind what happens. I mean, even if Bitcoin has to trend down to 1K, and even if it takes us 10 years to get back to 20K, that doesn't matter. What's happening right here is a revolution. What everybody here is doing with DigiByte is a revolution. And that does mean something. We can't predict short term, but long term, you know, these are fixed supply assets. It's just in the code that the more people want to get involved,
Yeah, but
price
there's
will go up.
there is one concern, same as with silver and gold. It's being manipulated at the moment by JP Morgan by selling naked short contracts. They are printing paper. The same could happen with Bitcoin if there is a future contract. They can suppress prices by selling naked shorts. This could be unlimited if it's not if it could be cash settled and not physical settled. So the same what's happening with silver and gold could happen in future with Bitcoin if everything is regulated and the banks get the grip on it. So it's a bit of concern.
Yeah, it does make a good argument for privacy coins, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
We've got Dandelion. We're halfway there, guys. We're doing good.
No, Dandelion is not privacy. It's not privacy.
It's
I'm
better
looking
than
forward,
nothing.
though, to Schnorr signatures will be interesting as well in terms of a step in that direction. But I don't think DigiByte is ever going to go down the full XMR route. I mean, we could do coin joins and shit quite easy with Schnorr signatures, but
Yeah.
we'll see what the future holds.
So what do you think then? Sorry, I'm trying to see your name. Oh, you're not on the screen. There we go. Hackmack. There we
Yeah,
go. So what are
do you
your
actually
thoughts
want us
then?
to call you, by the way?
I don't care.
So I gather you're a sound money guy. I mean, what do you see looking forward as the outlook for Bitcoin? Do you see us taking this gold properties on board? Do you think people will buy that?
No.
No?
No. I think the biggest problem is the energy putting into Bitcoin. And we're seeing the shift to renewable energies. And there is maybe a system is coming up who putting this renewable energy into a coin, like maybe Bitcoin. I don't know if they change the code, and just allow renewable energies to exist the coin. Just maybe would be better. Yeah.
So
Like
you really
Bitcoin.
think the energy consumption is enough to kill Bitcoin over time?
Yeah, I think so.
Right, get him out of the chat, guys. Get him gone. I've had enough of this.
And have we got Laura
Sorry.
joining us as well.
Hey guys,
Yeah,
Welcome.
how you doing, Laura?
Hey,
I'm
Laura.
in my car at the grocery store.
Yeah, that's all right. Because Script Skynet's in his car as well, but
Josiah guilted me into it. He was like, "You can do it. Don't be such a baby."
yeah. She's like, I can't multitask like that. Sure you can.
So we hear you've been busy training Amanda up, getting her out there as the new soldier.
Oh my god, I'm so grateful for her. You have no idea. I was like, if someone doesn't step up and get in front of the camera, I'm gonna go crazy. So I'm very grateful.
Yeah. Thank you.
And a little pushy, and she's very sweet about it.
I love Laura. I do.
So how you guys doing?
Yeah, pretty good. Well, it's I think this is the first time we've managed to make it this like mini on with DigiByte. I mean, we've got a little phone icon for you down in the corner, but
Really? Is she hot?
sorry.
I said, is she hot?
We've just had Amanda's had to jump up and run, and so has Hackmax had to jump up and run right in the last second as you're saying that. So, but no, it's cool. I'm enjoying this. We need to do this more often, I think, and just
Yeah.
get a
Oh, yeah.
bunch of people together and just shoot the shit, really, you know?
Yeah,
Have
it's
a
nice to
sanity
just
moment.
ask. It's nice to ask Rudy questions off the cuff. You know, hear it from the horse's mouth. We should definitely do this more often.
Grill them while they don't have
Oh,
a
yeah.
chance to sit
Sure.
back and think diplomatically and go,
Yes. Yeah.
Nothing to hide, man.
yeah. We just get it
Yeah,
straight away. Like,
congratulations, Foundation. What a big day.
yeah.
Yay. Thank you. Yeah.
Congratulations.
So are you having like, are you celebrating with like beer tonight, wine tonight? What's the deal then?
We had coffee and cake this morning. It was early in the morning that we went to the lawyer, so
Nice.
no beer or. But yeah.
So, how soon do you think you'll be releasing the first assets for us to be able to start voting?
We don't have any timeline for that because DigiAsset isn't finished yet on iOS. It's also
Yeah.
very important because that's a big part of the community as well. And also there are some vulnerabilities we need to make sure everything is secure. So it might take some time, and if it's taking too long, maybe we'll have some other ideas. And of course, we will be discussing this also with the community.
Actually, speaking of iOS,
What, do you have a surprise for us?
That was strange. He's gone.
Maybe to
Good God.
grab a beer.
I thought a surprise would be that Josiah all of a sudden would sit in the middle of the couch, but that would be a surprise.
In the same room.
But I like that you're not in a rush. I was talking to somebody last night actually about some cool ideas for DigiByte, some things we could potentially do. But we were talking about how, like you say, certain things need to be done with the iOS wallet, and we have such a core foundation here that's so strong. There really is no rush. You know, over the next year or two, if we keep building this infrastructure together, getting things together, you know, maybe by the end of next year, we could be in a position to really get this out to the world, you know?
Exactly. We're not in a hurry. We're taking it's completely new adventure we're doing. So we need to do it carefully. We need to do it with baby steps because it's a learning process for us as well, and for the community, for everyone. So yeah, we're not in a hurry. We don't have any timelines. So yeah, step by step. And yeah, the first major step, yeah, is here. That's the registration, and yeah, we already get some funding. So yeah, we're getting there, but we need to do it step by step.
Yeah. So Script Skynet, when are we getting the Digi assets, man?
You talking about the my
the
assets?
mining.
Well, I don't want to.
Mining assets.
Right,
okay.
the mining. So I guess I can put his dirty laundry out there, Josiah. DigiByte the Create Assets website? It was still like being worked on when I was going to do that. What happened is work started picking up. I have the rundown how it's going to work. It's basically there's going to be 4 assets. One's going to be a solid, a gas, a liquid, and a plasma. And each one is purchased, like one for 15, one for 25, one for 35, one for 50. And there's actually going to be, a way where the people that spend the most in the asset, like the solid, is going to be able to get more incentives. And each, like, I've explained this, but see, it's basically time. I'm taking it slow, because it's basically my work time. I've had to train somebody, John, my roommate, and he's picking up the slack on his end. And it cost me a lot of money to train somebody. to do what I do. And so he's picking it up. I'm eventually going to be able to sit at my desk because basically every video I do is in my truck. At work, by the way, 16 hours a day.
Fuck.
So it's really like get out of that process of labor. But I'm fully into it. Like I said, I have like 3 L3 plus miners. I have some of the miners that I bought from Josiah. And I want more miners to pay out great dividends for each asset purchased. But it's also going to be a voting system in it as well.
Oh, cool.
I wish I had this all together before.
I can send you some miners if you want.
Oh, really? What kind?
The Black Miner F1 Mini, I got 20 of them.
Plenty.
Oh, really?
I've just shut it down. It's not profitable anymore in Germany.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear about that.
And I have also the four of the big giants of Baikal. I got them as well. Yeah.
Nice.
So what do you think about the
So why aren't-
GPU mining, HackMac?
It's good. It's good.
So you look forward to that? You're behind it?
Yeah. I like what Josh doing. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm just waiting for that. Yeah. It's good.
We're all just like, oh.
Come on, guys.
So
I know.
so-
It's not, we're gonna bust through that gate once those iOS assets are supported. We're gonna bust through the gate like a bunch of spastics.
Yeah, I'm waiting on that too.
So what's
No, it'll be
this
fun to
announcement,
watch.
Josiah? I feel like you've got something up your sleeve over there.
I'm not
Yeah.
announcing shit. I'm just hang on. It's I haven't fired this up in a little bit, so hang on a second. But it's interesting, like you're talking about mining profitability because so here in New Zealand, I get completely renewable energy from like hydro and shit for I think it's the equivalent of about 12 US cents per kilowatt hour.
That's cheap.
It's not too
Weep.
bad. Like, I mean, I'm not complaining, really. Like, especially compared to a lot of the other stuff. I know people here in New Zealand that are paying a good, like, 50-60% more. But then I was looking on online, and there are people who are doing mining, and they're getting it for 3.5 US cents per kilowatt hour. And I'm just like,
Fuck. Yeah.
shit, can't
Yeah.
compete with that.
Yeah. Exactly.
So let me see if I can bring this up. Hang on, because...
Look, for the miners, I believe it's going to take a special breed eventually for the miners. You're going to have some money to mine to secure the network. But I'm that guy, you know.
So we have got it. It is coming. It is being worked on.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wicked! Yeah.
Hang on. I wonder if I can let me bring this one out as well. It is still not perfect. Don't get me wrong. I hope Yoshi doesn't mind me going and showing this. So, like, this is really small at the moment. We can see there, like, the little animated picture is actually being animated. Will it? Yeah, there we go. Now it's focused.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Wow.
And had to do a shout out for Amanda there as well. And what else have we got?
That's great. I've loved seeing the community come together to fund that development work. That's what I want to see more of, you know. I think we've all got to take charge. And even if you can only afford 2 DigiBytes a month, that's incredible. Imagine if we had a few thousand people giving 2 DigiBytes a month, you know. It adds up fast.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree.
So what's your hopes on that, Rudy? Have you got anyone already pledging some money towards the foundation?
Yeah, just companies now at the moment. Of course, we have Anthem ID, we have VID, we have Safe Haven. Waiting for feedback on some other companies, and of course, the community will be the next step. They can become a DGB with a small contribution per year, less than maybe $10, and then they receive an asset, DGB asset, and with this asset, they have the right to receive voting assets. That's the basic idea about how we want to have this set up.
You've pulled off a lot of partnerships, haven't you? That's impressive in a short space of time. Well done.
Yeah, but not in a short space of time. It's already since 2017, 2018. So yeah. And
Rudy, do you have already one project we can vote or we can expect to vote on?
No, we haven't thought about it yet, and it's
All right.
not our focus at this moment. No.
Okay.
I kind of wonder if it's worth having something even like just like tertiary that's not going to be super impactful, but just to give people like a bit of an idea about the general process or something, even if it's completely superficial, could be kind of an interesting idea.
Well, if I may make one quick comment about the community projects, actually, we also feel as the foundation, it's not up to us exclusively to nominate projects. We also want the community to volunteer projects they see important, which we can facilitate and which we can contribute to. So it's not necessarily that the foundation says, "Oh, this is a great project, guys. This is what we should do." No, on the contrary, that's far from decentralized.
The ideas have to come from the community.
Yeah,
exactly.
So
we engage.
Okay, so I'm doing a project for DigiAsset, and I want to make a homepage to show all the DigiAssets, get the API key, and show like all the DigiAssets, what they have, how many created, like a page where you can see all the DigiAssets. I want to build that. I have already the URL, and I have a team on the design, etc. And could this be like a community vote?
Sure, it could be. If the community support this idea, then it can be brought in as a thing to vote on for the community as a whole. Yeah, for sure.
All right, cool.
There we go. So you need to make that. You need to submit your stuff and put it like your proposal together and get that out.
You have to have the community support. You have to have the community support it.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
Well, I'll back you, mate. Sounds good to me.
So it's got to be a pretty proposal, is what we're saying. You've got to have like nice, fancy like pictures and animations and stuff.
Blink, blink.
Yeah.
What about another idea, guys? What about Amanda's podcast? That is going to do a lot of good for DigiByte and bring a lot of people in. And it's not going to cost a lot of money. It just needs a microphone, a few bits. You know, we wouldn't all have to chip in much. A few pound off a couple of hundred people. Job done.
Again, it's all up to the community.
Yep.
These are the ones that will decide on what project needs to be voted on. So yeah, it's not up to the board or to the foundation. It's up to the community. Every decision, every idea. We are just a framework. We're just facilitating it. But that's all. We're just a framework, nothing more.
So if you were to like, let's say for Rudy and Hans, if you were to put something forward yourself, for voting on, be it for financial representation or something else, what do you think you would do?
Board members, for example, or advisory committee, that could be something that will be coming from us in the first place,
I feel like you've already thought about this quite well.
I agree with Josiah about getting some kind of tertiary vote going, because with my experience with the assets, sometimes people really need their handheld. And, there's a lot of people that might not have been interested in a collectible asset about DigiGirls, but they definitely want to be a part of the DigiByte Foundation. So if they're coming in at the introductory level, just trying to figure it out for the first time, you might want to just like put a mock asset out. Like, do you like the color blue for DigiByte dollar, or do you want purple? Like something ridiculous like that. That's not going to be too it's not going to be too much of a problem if it goes one way or the other. So having a learning period and taking those baby steps that you were talking about would definitely be important.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
Welcome, man. Welcome back.
Oh my God.
No Master's Tag.
Hey, Patrick.
Yo, I'm trying to get logged in here, and I not really sure what the hell I'm doing.
How you doing, man?
Welcome.
Can you guys see me or no?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You can.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's the first time I see you without a meme in your picture.
Yeah.
Right? I've only just learned what your name is for the first time.
Yeah, exactly. Well, on crypto Twitter, you try to keep that as private as possible. But now being part of DigiByte, I figured, hey, it's time to come out and, actually let people know who I am. Litecoin fam on Twitter, but Patrick Ziegler, just DigiByte, that's who I am.
Nice, man. It was funny. I mentioned that in the chat how I was going through the list of influencers and things, and it came up, and I'm like, cool, we got Blizzard, and I paused. I'm like, I don't know if he really wants everybody to know his name just yet or not, but it's awesome that you're out there and being real with people, man. I love it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. DigiByte has just been the best experience really yet so far. I mean, the community just blows my mind. It's so strong than any other community I've seen out there. Here's what I like most about it is, I've been involved in cryptocurrency since like June of 2017, so I'm part of the wrecked crowd. But with that, I've seen a lot of coins, like come and go, a lot of people come and go, and the biggest thing is, anybody can be a part of DigiByte. For instance, Blizzard is creating memes. There's just a talent reserved really for everybody. That's what I love most about it. It lets my talent actually be put to use as best as possible.
Which is
just fucking around.
Well, you're doing pretty well then.
I'll put some of that on screen for people to see. You guys won't be able to see it, but everybody else will be able to see your meme from this morning with the 3 gentlemen.
What? Not the monkey, is it?
Oh yeah, that one. Don't look, Rudy. Don't look.
I don't see anything.
Oh my gosh.
No.
Litecoin
just the one
fam.
with holding the paper and stuff. I thought it was great. I love it.
Oh, that one, yeah.
Litecoin fam.
Yeah.
Yo, you were the one that got me on the Metal Pay. You tweeted Metal Pay, and I was like, you know what? I'll check it out. And I bought some DigiByte on Metal Pay.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
Nice.
Yeah, it's just like a Coinbase app.
It's actually funny how, go back to the community because it's so strong, but it's funny how everything comes in a circle. Josiah had me blocked on Twitter for a second, and like, I don't even know what the hell it was about, but it's like,
You shared a link or some shit with me for like, it was like tag 3 people or something. I was like, I was in a bad mood that day.
Yeah.
Not to mention it said Litecoin on it.
Yeah, exactly, from Litecoin. And I mean, it's just, I used to look at Jared, Tate, when I was back in Litecoin, and I still respect Litecoin and everything like that, but my true heart lies with DigiByte. That's really kind of where I've found myself. But it's funny how everybody comes full circle, and it's like you and I just kind of came across each other on a quick tweet about an app, and now look at us together. We're on a YouTube party chat, and we're trying to do the same thing together, advance awareness for DigiByte. We're in a couple of chat groups together, and I mean, really, everybody just kind of becomes family-like after a while.
We don't talk about the chat groups. That's first rule of DigiByte Illuminati meme chat.
Yeah, the secret. I changed it. I had to change the name to be a little bit more secure and secretive. Instead of the DigiByte secret Illuminati meme chat. I changed it to the Blizzard secret meme.
I noticed that. I was like, did Blazer create this? I thought Litecoin Fam created this. And then,
No,
is it because I blew it up on my video on YouTube? I exposed it?
It's because he said something about that we have inactive members in there and they're spies, and he mentioned me being the admin for it, and I was like, well, I'll show him.
Oh, that's real talk.
Let
was
that be
real
a
talk
lesson to
then.
him for making me an admin.
Yeah, we're naming this fucking chat after you.
I couldn't see every time that we talk. I'd see all of us talk. There's like 5 or 6 of us. But when Josiah chimes in, it's like he's a ghost.
He disappears.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
dear.
I don't. Does anybody have Blizzard's personal number? Because we just need to call his ass.
I know. He's probably watching through YouTube.
Oh, you know he is.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised.
He's extremely busy making more memes.
Yeah, he's probably trying to win.
Whoa, there he is.
Did he just join? Oh no.
Talking about the devil.
Yeah, I can't see. I can only
Welcome,
watch
man.
driving too.
Hi.
Welcome, man.
How come?
Yo, there he is. What's up,
Yeah.
Hey,
So the first
The
rule of
meme
Fight
guy,
Club's completely
nice.
gone out the fucking window.
what's up?
So, because you've done a lot of this kind of thing before, yeah? Like you've got a lot of experience in the past along like with social media and things as well. Do you want to like say yeah? Did you want to introduce yourself for people who might not be too familiar with your work? Although they probably are.
They are.
They are.
Everybody knows me. Come on, guys. It's me. It's Blazord. Memes. There you go.
Yeah, you create them and I post them.
Yeah, we're a team. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
pretty
real
good
great.
team, guys. Pretty good
Because
team.
we inspire each other, you know? We inspire each other through the memes chat and everything, and I know we're not supposed to talk about it, but
What happens in there, I'll fucking leak it.
Yeah. There are days like you keep fucking egging each other on, and so what will be just like this innocent like little picture, all of a sudden Blaz has posted something, and then it's no longer like just a normal innocent picture. Then Patrick's like, right, we're gonna dial this to 11 right here, like, and it's.
Dude, I just love those memes and the GIFs. I don't know. There's really a creation for every expression that you'd want to say. And I think it's a super huge icebreaker. When you're talking to someone that maybe thinks DigiByte's a shitcoin or doesn't know about DigiByte, I try not to feed into those trolls. So it's hard sometimes, man. There's a couple of them that, kind of got under my skin, but
Best way is to ignore them.
I know it, man. It's hard, but I know
They
it.
want attention. They want attention. That's the only thing what a troll is for. And if you
I know.
responding, then they get exactly what they want. So the best thing is just
No,
ignore.
You're right.
But
You're
we
right.
make these mistakes. I made this mistakes. Everybody made that mistake too. To respond
God,
to trolls.
I'm so much different from when, over the last 2 years. It's almost like you grow into the crypto space. It's from your experience in your past, trading wise, personality wise, the people that you let influence you on Twitter. It's now you can really call out most of those accounts just as bullshit. But yeah, like I was saying about the memes is, if somebody's, not interacting with you, you can just really post a funny meme, like that one, that Blaz made, give her the D or whatever. That thing has had so many laughs. When somebody calls DigiByte a shitcoin, I just post something like that, and it's just an icebreaker. And then they're like, you know what? This guy's just fooling around. You know, he's funny. Now we can maybe just have some laughs back and forth.
Yep.
And then actually you can open up into an conversation about DigiByte and maybe see what their thoughts are. Maybe they don't even know about it, but
Yeah, I love that new Moon Boy James GIF.
Yeah, that's cool.
Twitter's gonna censor that thing.
Yeah.
They should.
I mean, I don't know. It's like when somebody starts talking about shitcoins or whatever, that would be a pretty great response too.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, right, like, it's a friend of mine actually said this to me. He's not involved with DigiByte, but he said that doing that kind of thing as well, that kind of engagement with the broader social circles, even through these kind of memes, the responses, even to the trolls and things, you then get the likes of YouTube and Twitter picking up on it and picking up that your content is engaging, and it all works in a positive manner for it. Like, I think it's awesome.
I want to give Blizzard a shout out and a little advertisement. You know, he is on Library, and all the memes that he creates and GIFs, they get uploaded to Twitter. They could be taken down by Twitter, but the nice thing about Library is it's decentralized, and no one can take them down. No one owns that. No central authority. So if you go on to his library, just by even watching one video a day, they actually give you 1 credit, which is like equal to 1 DigiByte a day. And I turn around and I tip him. You can like the video, you can attach a tip to it, which Library's given me it anyways, so I just give it back to him. And then what it does is his content actually is pushed up in the rankings by more people tipping him. So if we want on Library, which is pretty much, in my opinion, going to be the next YouTube, if we want DigiByte content to be listed at the top, everybody get on Library, log in once a day, get your daily tip, and send it to Blaz for the memes.
Okay, first of all, thank you. Thanks. But Josiah, you're also in Library,
Yeah.
right?
And you got okay stuff too. I mean, but
I think
come on, they're memes.
Blizzard turned this around. No, Blizzard, what's going on with you?
Yeah.
You look like that Dark Lord meme cat expert over there. Now all of a sudden you're trying to give it to somebody that's used to be in the spotlight.
I'm just saying, I don't want to take all the credit. You know, like Josiah's doing the important stuff. I'm doing the funny stuff. You know, like
It's just
I feel the same way.
man. Stop being fucking
It's
modest.
all important.
Take the
I
damn
feel like a
compliment.
goofball too.
thank
You
you,
all play
thank
my
you
part,
guys.
boys.
Thank you.
Hey,
You know,
Noah. Welcome, man.
Yes.
Welcome.
Hi.
What's up?
Shit.
Brains are in the house.
Hey.
How you doing, man?
How are you doing?
Another day. Sitting in traffic. 2
Why,
miles
is
an
everybody
hour.
driving?
Yeah, where's your
You're not the
video
only
gone,
one.
man?
Hey guys, I need to leave. Sorry,
Yeah.
it was really a pleasure.
Yeah, it's great seeing you, mate.
Thanks, Rudy.
And
Hey,
let's
Rudy.
do this.
Hi,
Let's do this
Rudy.
some other time.
Thank you, Rudy.
Bye.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Anytime.
Yeah, same here for me, guys. I'm off as well.
Oh, nice to see you, mate.
Cheers,
Bye,
man.
man.
Hans.
Yes,
Yeah.
bye bye.
Wash your hands.
All right.
Yo,
Yeah, so-
I gotta go too. I've been fighting this battery drainage. So
Take it easy, man.
we're recycling. You guys take it off.
Yeah.
You guys got it
All
off.
right. Take care, man.
See ya.
So how are you
Back
doing,
onto
Noah?
Blizzard
We're just
quickly.
talking about the memes and things.
Memes. Everyone loves a good meme. I'm good. I'm sitting in northbound traffic on I-95 down here in Florida. It is, it's another day. That's all I could say. What, did the market crash again? What the fuck?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Meme that.
Meme the market. Yeah, meme the market.
Memes never crash.
Yeah.
Never crash. Wells Fargo said, what was it? This market's recession-proof, boys. Holy shit.
I feel like that needs to be a meme. We gotta.
Memes never crash.
DigiByte happy crying like fuck.
But
Oh,
Noah,
awesome.
a theme we keep coming back to is the excitement in the community. Now, you're on the clever tech side of things. You know, you're the brains behind a lot of this project. Are you seeing the excitement as well? And is there excitement amongst the devs? Are you guys all, you know, excited between each other?
I'm telling you right now, my excitement is through the roof.
Yes.
Whether the tech, it's not about if, it's about when. It's just the potential for systemic change with what's going on. What's going on is fundamentally a potential usurpation or upsetting of the status quo, and whenever the status quo gets put on the side rails with their backs against the wall, they look for extreme measures to try and stabilize the situation. And that's what we're about to see with regard to the financial markets, the U.S. Federal Reserve, well, frankly, all central banks around the world attempt to stabilize the situation, but that is only extremely temporary. This will spiral. Jared makes wonderful points in our Signal channel about what's going to play out with the virus, which is going to play a part in destabilization of what's going on. But eventually what's going to happen is this is going to ripple into employment. Unemployment numbers are going to rise, and this will burn into a recession. I don't see how it won't.
We're recession
Then how do you
proof. We discussed
Yeah,
that.
we are a recession. We having a recession. We're going there. Yeah.
So where does crypto come into all of this? This is technology that has a capacity to birth industry and reinvent, not reinvent the status quo, but usher in new status quo between information storage, smart contracts, decentralized finance. Holy crap. And that's where I see so much potential in the coming years. Unfortunately, I do have to say the Y word, but when you have shit falling apart and the Federal Reserve and governments have their backs against the wall, they're going to look to anything that they possibly can to restart industry. And this is the type of technology they'll look to. The other thing they will look to is energy infrastructure revolution, energy storage. It's quite exciting. I'm more excited than ever, boys.
That's
As
great,
I watch
man. Yeah. Do you see DeFi coming to the DigiByte network in the future?
I see DigiByte playing a critical role in the concept of DeFi from a technology implementation on the DigiByte network. That's another story. What I see from a futurist perspective, the critical role DigiByte will play in information storage from a cryptocurrency perspective. As a leading player in DeFi, that's another story. Bottom line is Ethereum is entrenched. They're not just the status quo. Frankly, that's actually the most important way to describe them. The status quo is so impossible to move. We're not changing Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the status quo predominantly because of its age and history. And that's the similar characteristic that DigiByte has. It has age and history and momentum. So that's how the pieces come together, at least in my vision.
Yeah, it's got those things. And I mean, something that, he's gone now, but Script Skynet, when he did that Stand with DigiByte thing, when everybody made videos, I mean, that was so incredible. I had no idea that many people would actually put their face on a camera and really stand up.
I think that's the right thing to do. A lot of people just go on with their daily lives and Driving on the highway right now, I see hundreds and hundreds of people that probably didn't even know that the stock market crashed
Yeah.
in a historic proportion yesterday. And we need to be plugged into what's going on. We need to have opinions. We need to know how to react and prepare for a virus, prepare for a stock market implosion, prepare for the future. I don't know. I like to stand up and talk. I got no filter.
That's why we got a meme chat room. Hey, Noah, do you know about the secret Illuminati meme chat room?
It sounds interesting, at least. What do you got?
Well, we might have to get you an ad.
I like it. You guys
Imagine immaturity to the max.
You can meme the shit out of me all day long. Sounds like fun.
Well, that's what Moon Boy's ass is for.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be a secret very much longer.
We have a lot of fun in that chat, don't we? It's hilarious.
Yeah.
It stops me working all day. It's a nightmare.
Yeah.
Because if you miss out for 15 minutes, you end up with like 200 messages you've missed.
That happens in
Blas nodding along like, yeah, I know the feels, man.
Yeah, man, I gotta close Twitter a lot. I can't deal with that shit.
You don't have to. It's optional. It's more productive if you do.
Oh my god, I've been on Twitter way too much at work.
Yeah, the last bit of my shift, my manager came and I was headphones on, watching this chat. He just rolled his eyes at me.
Yeah.
So Noah, while we've got you in here, sorry, I've got to keep asking you questions. Have you had any more thoughts about the DigiByte dollar? Is there any more sort of plans on the table? Has Jared said anything to you? Oh, I think he's out of the room.
He muted himself.
Yeah.
Have you heard anything about the DigiByte dollar, Josiah?
Yeah, like, so it's kind of hard because at the moment we're looking at, so DigiByte 8.19 first and foremost, pulling in a lot of the upstream changes from Bitcoin Core 0.19. We've got Prog POW, Christy Lee Minahan she said she was going to send something through this week, but it's been kind of like everything's turned to shit in the Ethereum world with them now kind of going, let's actually do Prog POW again. So she's been crazy busy. And we're also looking at Schnorr signatures and bringing them in when we do the upgrade, because it makes perfect sense, because then everybody will have the capacity to do that in the core wallet. So with Bitcoin right now, they're talking about doing it through a soft fork and all the fun that goes along with that. But BCH did it through a hard fork, which is what we would be looking at doing as well. So everybody then has the capacity to go, cool, Schnorr signatures, all the benefits, all the advantages. Yay.
DigiByte at hard fork. BCH is screwed. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
What a mess. Listen, I really love, so it's nice to talk about like DigiDollar, DigiAsset. DigiAsset actually is wonderful in all regards. But I truly think that the most powerful aspect of DigiByte is its core, is the protocol, is node count, but that's just an attribute, a characteristic. But to talk about upgrading, bringing in upstream changes, Schnorr signatures, that is what's so important. It's just maintaining the stability of the core protocol. And I point that out because everything else to me is just icing. If it gets done, it gets done. It's just in addition to. But what is most pertinent is if DigiByte is strong and solid, that to me is where the future is.
I think that having the likes of Prog POW and Random X is going to be really cool for us as well, in terms of, like you say, with that baseline stability. So I'm a huge fan of those two, especially for mining, and for the onboarding, I suppose, more than anything, because like if we take James for example, I'm gonna pick on James. You got a laptop, you got a graphics card in your laptop.
Yep.
And if I send you a download link and basically go, here, download this, run this, you'll start mining. You're gonna go, fucking sweet, I'm gonna start mining. And that's what we're going to be bringing back with GPU and CPU based mining. So there's a
lot of moon boys like me that all would get involved if it was that easy. If we can just click and play, we're on board.
I was mining qubit at the first time with DigiByte with CPU. Yeah, and it was
a long time ago now.
Yeah, a long time ago.
I have a vision of what's going to play out within the next decade, probably this 10-year period. After this shit hits the fan, I think corporations are going to get into mining public blockchains, and it'll be competitive, but they're going to see these as public utilities, and they're going to see them as a requirement of security. They're going to want to use it, but they're going to have to maintain the security of the network because they're using it. It's just quite a tantalizing thought. The hash rate.
Yeah, but I think they will only support blockchains or chains they can control.
True, that's the status quo thought, but I think that concept will change. I think there's just too much power when you could have 100,000 computers around the world with copies of the chain, which is your immutable ledger, which is redundancy. It makes Amazon E2C look like, why do we even have it when you have redundancy to that scale? You can't do that with a private chain or private anything.
And you think that's a 10-year vision before we start seeing big businesses really get involved like that?
Not necessarily. I don't put timelines, but what I see that as a greater than zero chance of happening because of what it offers compared to the status quo. There's two things required for systemic change. The technology needs to work and it needs to be profitable. And I see both of those in that type of corporate move. Tech works. We already know it works. It's worked for 10 years. And it's profitable because they get to eliminate their cost of cloud storage. Bye-bye bill for E2C. Bye-bye server infrastructure. Sure, you have to have equipment for mining purposes, but I think that if they find that it's cost competitive or cheaper to participate in the security of the chains, they're going to eliminate their entire server infrastructure costs.
Yeah, they just swap in the server infrastructure and doing like, now they have server there, then there are mining farms there.
And if you think about it like that, now they're literally simplifying the crap out of their DevOps requirements. Now they don't have to maintain software; they're just maintaining mining.
You're making it sound like a no-brainer.
That's where I get excited because no-brainers, saving money, and the tech works. That's all that's needed for true systemic change at some point in the future.
Yeah,
tantalizing.
We can get there. Listening to you, Noah, excites me more than ever because I know how much thought you put into your opinions, and that comes across clearly. And the fact that you're so balls deep in the technology and you're so confident, it makes me want to throw up. I'm so bullish. That's what it does, guys.
Moonboy wants to know when DigiByte $1.
Yes.
I don't know.
DigiByte always. DigiByte.
I know the future. I like
Has your wife seen that, James?
Seen what? Oh, the arse meme.
Twitter.
Yeah, you've seen the arse meme, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, she likes it.
Well, I bet she does. She's put up photos of it as well. Real thing.
Yeah, no, I'm loving the memes, honestly. I think that's what I wanted to say earlier, is that don't underestimate yourself, Blizzard. You know, people like Josiah and Noah, they do fantastic work. But what you do is also so important because you bring so much fun. It might not be technical help behind the scenes, but you actually bring so much fun to the community. I can see that bringing in a lot of people over time.
And the life and the vibrancy and the excitement and the energy and... It's great.
And Amanda's been great at that. I've got to give it to the two of them. I think Blizzard and Amanda, between the two of them, they are just getting everybody having fun, getting everybody active. And I think they've had a big impact. So well done, guys.
all part of the big picture.
And we've got our youngest DigiByte member here.
I had it on mute for a minute. This is Starlet, my daughter. She's
Hi,
here.
Starlet.
I started.
So, yeah, Grandma's been watching her for a little bit, but yeah, she's getting a little crazy for her. So.
Has she got a DigiByte wallet? We should all donate some DigiByte to her.
My wallet is her DigiByte wallet, basically. I mean, I'm holding it as much as I
Mummy
can.
wants the DigiByte. I see.
Yeah. That's centralized. That's a little bit centralized.
Centralized, yeah.
It's all for this one. I mean, honestly, I'm like, I'm not putting everything into it, but I'm doing what I can to stack as much as I can and hoping, that by the time she's ready to go to college, it'll have accrued enough for us to like get her to a good school or something.
Nice.
Now you're talking the right time frames. Yes.
Yeah.
Can you imagine
Yeah.
this thing in 15 years, 16? Oh my goodness.
It's hilarious as shit as well, like especially being on like Reddit and on Telegram, because people jump in and they're like, "So, I bought DigiByte yesterday, and it's not $1 now. What the fuck, guys?"
Yeah.
Oh, what a waste of energy.
We are fucking young. Still
Go
young.
in there,
People are
guys.
looking at those 1-minute charts.
Yeah, still really young.
What's become more clear to me than ever is that DigiByte really is a top 10 project in every single other metric other than market cap. It really is. And there's no other community as strong and as big. And I think it's all gonna just play out in time. I feel very relaxed about DigiByte. I feel so confident in the people I'm talking to, the hard work I'm seeing from so many free volunteers. Nobody is paid. And the things I witness getting done are incredible. And to me, long term, the price just has to go up. It's just that simple. I don't know to what and I don't know when, but it has to, because eventually all the people in the crypto space are going to realize what us guys already know. They're going to do that bit of research and they're going to go, holy crap, how have I been sleeping on DigiByte for the last 2 years whilst bag holding my ICOs that haven't done anything,
I'm doing great, thank you. What can we get for you?
You at fucking McDonald's? Tell them they're on a live stream.
He's getting
Yeah, you're
Have a good one, mate.
Yeah, buy Bitcoin.
Pay with DigiByte, mate.
Yep. Rob says just look at the monthly chart for DigiByte. I don't know what
Can I
it
get
is.
a number 8?
What
No,
are we
um,
actually at? Last I checked, we were at 0.85 USD.
And that'll be it.
I'm analyzing the charts, and DigiByte
Yes,
is
that looks right.
in a position where we can say DigiByte is going
No,
up.
thank you.
Like we're seeing DigiByte at a very low now, and maybe we get a little bit more drop, but I think we at the position where we can stock up and then sell later on. Yeah.
I agree. Just for the simple reason, the bear market has been very long now. And what's actually going on, the development that's really happened is fucking incredible, guys. It really is. All from a truly decentralized project with no authority figures. There's no one just stumping up cash and paying to get things done. So it's coming, guys. We're all going to make some money. I want to see Lambos. We all need to be doing a video like this in 3 years' time out of our bloody Lamborghinis. That's what I want to see.
I'm getting
You've
my
seen
Digi boat.
You've seen those serious long-term charts. If we have a move, like anything that happened of the scale of the previous halvings, that's going to be one heck of a move.
$5, you say, huh?
Oh, sure. It's not going to beat all-time high. I mean, look, they're talking Ethereum 16,000, Bitcoin 250, 350,000. Oh, it's all speculation. It's all goosebumps type numbers, but it's definitely intriguing and fascinating and exciting times.
$8,
there's definitely people
DigiByte,
manipulating.
$8.
$8.
Oh, listen, you know what? In my mind, I don't care whether
I have
it
no
goes up
maths.
or down. I just want to participate because I know what this technology is going to be used for at some point. The public utilities. These are freaking public utilities, whether it's Ethereum, Bitcoin, DigiByte, a BlockNet, with their DEX. These are decentralized exchanges or public utilities. It's absolutely fascinating. Syscoin, holy shit. Absolutely fascinating. Puzzle pieces.
You know something else I've noticed, guys, in the media lately, when you see companies like JP Morgan coming forward and now advising their currents that cryptocurrency should be in their portfolio, something I keep noticing is the word cryptocurrencies, not Bitcoin. And that gives me a lot of hope for the altcoins.
JP Morgan is bought.
I
think we missed that, Noah.
Where did I lose you? JP Morgan is balls deep in Ethereum. That's the bottom line. It's absolutely ridiculous what Ethereum is going to be used for with regard to legal contracts and banking. Fucking XRP. Oh my god.
Or
it's getting used though.
More crypto kitties.
In January, we had 7% of volumes from US dollar into Mexican peso was XRP. 7%, guys. So, I mean, it's a scam. They're selling it to me on the market, but they're getting used. That ledger is getting used, guys, already.
Hey, give
What's
them
the dong purchasing?
XRP, we can have our purchasing. Who's purchasing?
The dong. No.
Sorry, what were you saying there, Noah?
Listen, we all bash on XRP. Sure, fine. It'll get used. Its price will. It's so goddamn annoying that they made billions of dollars and all they do is dump on their users. Fine, the price will go up. I don't want to be in some shit that's a stat.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They dump 50 million here, 50 million there. Well, us suckers go to work.
Yeah,
why?
but we have
Because they
this.
paid the client? Jesus.
We have
All right,
this
you
since
guys,
the ICO.
I'm going
first.
to give this lady at the window a digicard, okay? so
Are you still
just
waiting
hold
for
on
the
a
fast
second
food?
here.
That's not fast.
No, it's not. But dude, it's Taco Bell. It's so fucking worth it. It's the only Mexican food that is like authentic. All right, thank you. Hey, I want to give you a DigiByte card. Do you know what DigiByte is? No. Okay. Scan that wallet, okay, and look up on Twitter at Litecoin Fam, and I'm gonna tip you some DigiByte, okay? All right.
That's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool.
What were you saying before, Hack? You were saying something, man?
Me?
Yep.
Yeah, because Noah said about the price and what XRP is doing, dumping on us investors. We're seeing this since the ICO came up. Like before, it was like shitcoins dumping, and then ICO first come and what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just horrible.
Yeah, it's horrible. Yeah.
People are suckers for I don't know why it happened. Because I mean, so you've been around obviously since way back, 2013? I think you've been in cryptocurrency. You were saying?
Me? Yeah.
Yes. So you've seen a lot of the earlier ones where like back in the day they were like, let's do like a 50% pre-mine.
Yeah.
And the only difference is back then they used proof of work as opposed to being a token on top of Ethereum. And even back then, people were still
at this time Ethereum was in the alpha phase. Like you didn't have a wallet, like you couldn't mine Ethereum to a wallet because there was no wallet at the market at this time. Like you have to create your like there was no official Windows wallet. Like there was only Linux, and you could make your Linux Ethereum address and you can mine to that, but you can't like the Windows wallet, you can't get that easy out. So for average people, Ethereum at this time was like, it's only for you can't touch it. It was not easy to go.
You want to hear an interesting concept, boys? You know all this ICO dumping, and which is basically XRP, and obviously all the Ethereum tokens, all this pre-mine bullshit that's still lingering around. That's the same goddamn thing with fiat currencies. These boys are printing billions of dollars and dumping it into treasuries, and lending it out, it's meaningless confetti paper. And they're doing the same thing with gold. All that paper gold that's in ETFs, it's 100 to 1 on top of the physical gold. It's just inflated. They print it and they dump it. It's absolutely ridiculous. The only thing that's even remotely a systemic change is the concept, the true concept of a mined, decentralized blockchain. And that's exciting. Anyway.
Yeah, but I think we also need decentralized exchanges. I think exchanges is a big hurdle, still a big hurdle, and they're making millions, and it's very profitable
Well,
for
if we
them.
look at like
they're
Poloniex, they're
ripping
still
people
sitting
off.
on a shit ton of DigiByte. Like, we don't know how much of that was customers versus like what they've made from trades. Because if you figure, even if they're making like 0.5% off of trades or something, shit, that adds up real quick. Especially over what, 5 years, 6 years.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just disgusting. Decentralized exchange. Here's the kicker. The technology is available, and guess what? It's profitable because you could run a BlockNet service node, build an exchange layer on top of it, set up and have a variety of clients and customers, and you could white label service nodes, and you could have a fully decentralized exchange that's also a profitable business. So I see that as an inevitability. BlockNet's going to be profitable. StakeNet will be profitable. Absolutely fascinating.
Yeah, but you need liquidity on these exchanges, and you don't have it.
No, you're talking about now. Now doesn't exist to me. Now is irrelevant. We're talking 5-10 years down the road. If the technology works and it's profitable, certain
we hope
things
so.
are inevitable.
Yeah, we hope so.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah.
I mean, look at energy. About 2 years ago, it started to be profitable for energy companies to build solar and battery storage as compared to peaker power plants. But solar's been around for 30 years, probably even longer, patent-wise. But it takes time. It's inevitable. All you need is the fundamentals. Tech works.
We've got the fundamentals.
Needs to be profitable. You're goddamn right. And that means it's obvious. If it's obvious, it's inevitable. Look, even Linux. Can you believe it? All those years ago, we were playing around with all those Linux distros. And Linux is as big as it is now. It was inevitable. Because it was free and it was decentralized. And free means it's cheap. And it works. We clearly know it works. And it's free. Therefore, it's profitable.
Yeah, and something we often don't talk about between us is actually just the bloody speed of DigiByte. I mean, when I've done some giveaways and given money to people I don't know, the conversation goes like this. Hiya, mate, you won the giveaway. What's your address? They send the address, copy, paste. Hiya, mate, just hit send. They reply, got it. Job done, over. You haven't even been a minute in that chat. You've met someone, you've paid them, they've received it. And there's no other proof of work coin that actually offers you that utility right now of just instant settlement payments near enough. We just need people to catch on.
So bear in mind, like value transfer can be categorized as information storage. A person has a particular quantity of value that they're representing on the DigiByte blockchain. So in many regards, information storage is also value storage. But I find that fascinating. Information storage, transfer the capacity, the speed of DigiByte. It has all the characteristics of a profound technology.
Okay, I'm so bullish, guys. Oh no! Oh no! That was killing me.
It's throwing up now. Yeah.
Well, maybe that's a really good note for us to end now. We've been going now for just on the 2-hour mark, so I just really want to thank every one of you for joining in. Even those who've had to come and go, thank you so much. This has been absolutely awesome. Amanda's coming back to say a quick goodbye.
Yeah, it's been good fun, guys. Nice hanging out with you all.
Yeah. Was nice to meet you guys.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you so much, everybody,
Take
for
care,
joining
guys.
in, and everybody who's in the chat there as well. This has been great. Thank you so much as well for participating and joining us here, and all of the funny comments and stuff as well. And let's hope that lady doesn't call the police on Patrick, because that could be real awkward as shit.
Yeah, I should have showed her my memes.
Yeah.
Team strong.
All right, y'all. Later.
Oh, we got script.
Whoa.
Hey man, we're just signing out. Just saying thanks to everybody for joining.
I want to prolong it just a little bit. What I want to do with my DigiByte wealth is I want to invest in more people like you, more applications like so we can use for the world. I just want to be a contributor to the DigiByte phenomenon, even when I get wealthy. So that's all I want to say.
Love it.
Absolutely.
Rob says you need to go. It needs to go like this. Hey girl, do you want to see my meme? Don't do that. Just don't do. All right. Hey, thanks so much, everybody, for joining. This has been awesome. Really appreciate you all tuning in. We'll catch you in the next one. Let's do this again for sure.
Bye.